What up, world? It's Mac. Tell me something slick and make it stick. Yes, I am back with another exciting episode of Purple Panties. And I know what you're saying. You see another pretty face, and you say, "Well, Mac, where do you get them from? Do you got a factory where you goddamn it, you pick them from?" I think I do. I got a pipeline to some of the prettiest women God blew breath in. I love to be surrounded by beautiful things. So, as always, I got the lovely co-host from Brooklyn, KiKI, with her new glasses. Those are for sale, just in case. We'll get to that later. I got the lovely California beauty Joy in the building with us. Joy, how you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I'm so excited to be here.
Man,
Hi, Joy. How are you?
I am wonderful. You got the wind blowing, the hair just.
It's the Beyonce effect, you know.
You know what I mean?
It's hot in my house, that's why. It's always hot.
I love it.
KiKI, as always, the people got to know what you've been up to this week. What the hell has KiKI been doing this week? Uh-oh.
I've been being good.
Okay. No fights?
Arguments.
Okay, that's good. We'll take that from you.
Honestly, I've been arguing on Instagram. But as far as people I know, I'm good with everybody. I just, like I said, the little glasses, we'll talk about that later. And just still writing my book.
Nice. So it's been a pretty chill week for KiKI.
Yeah, I'm handwriting it, so it takes a minute. My hands start cramping up. Then I gotta switch to my left hand, even though I'm not left-handed. It'd be a mess.
You just don't want to do a keyboard. You ain't with the keyboard thing.
I don't like it because when I get on the computer, then I'll start. Oh, let me check my emails. Oh, let me see what's going on. I get distracted really quickly. So if I just write it, sit at this desk, and just have no distractions.
All right. Joy, what's been going on with you this week? What's happening other than your 4 a.m. 4 p.m. gym workout?
Yeah, 4 p.m. No, I've been struggling because I've been trying to go to the gym like every day. So I went like every day besides yesterday when I was just a little too hungover to really get up. I got accidental drunk. But besides that, just kind of been working out, trying to get like on a good schedule. But yeah, nothing too crazy. I haven't been traveling this week, which was nice. Usually I'm like not here. So yeah, it's nice to be home.
You travel often, Joy? You always traveling around?
Yeah, I actually turned 30 last month. Yes, but I had a goal to hit 30 countries by 30. And so I went to my 30th country on my 30th birthday. So yeah, I travel a lot. I really enjoy traveling. I'm like the happiest when I travel.
Really?
I hate traveling.
What's
Really?
some of your
Why?
KiKI, you love to go to Miami. That's
I
travel.
do, but it's just the hustle and bustle and the standing on the line, and then some airports don't got the TSA pre-check it just be too much. I hate that. I have a kid, so once my daughter's old enough, I'm gonna be just like you, girl. I might just be on some. I'm going to every country, continent.
Yes. Well, I went to probably 15 of my countries at a young age. My mom took me everywhere. So that was our bonding time was traveling because she's an entrepreneur, works so much. So the only time we really got to hang out together was when we were traveling. So I think that's kind of also what brought my love for traveling. Cause family time, drop work, just kind of, hang out. So I like to see new things.
Yeah, I have to take my daughter traveling. We going on a cruise.
Okay. Yeah.
November. So I do do little things with her too, but
yeah. Where y'all going?
To the Bahamas. It's this little itinerary. It's a 4-day cruise. I've never been on one, so I got to start off. Excuse me. I had to start off small. I can't see myself on no 7-day cruise. I will go crazy. So we going to try the Bahamas thing first.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be really fun.
What about you, Mr. Mac? What you been up to?
Man, I've been making this. Hey, I've been saying this something slick and making it stick all week, baby. That's what I do. I've been just giving the world great content, pieces of you and Robin and everybody else that's on the Purple Panties panel. Got some dope interviews coming out. Finished working on another book. Yeah, I got another one coming. The Purple Panties 2 collection is coming. Right. Yeah.
Now it's really getting hot in here because that.
Hey, that
The
hey,
first
any
one.
lady ain't got my Purple Panties book, you're tripping. That's erotic poetry for all the erotic poetry lovers. That's what I got going on. So that's what I've been doing. Before I get to, I'm gonna come back to Joy about her traveling, but I gotta check in. We got Maya back in the building with us. Hey,
What's up,
Maya.
Hi, how are you?
Maya,
Hey,
give us the week in review, baby. What you been doing this week?
I'm trying to lay off of Starbucks.
That's not gonna happen, Maya. We don't do that. We don't lay off of Starbucks, okay? Maya.
Sugar. Chilling, trying to catch up on well, not catch up. Watching Game of Thrones. I never watched it, so my subscriber suggested it, and I'm on season 3. So
you was on 2 last week. You making progress.
I sure am.
Oh no.
Okay, so no DMs from Calvin this week? None? No?
No.
Okay, that's y'all have to watch episode last week to know who Calvin is. That's another story. Okay, she'll be with somebody else today when I'm done with it, but that we'll get to that guy when we get there. We got Robin checking in from Charlotte, North Carolina, or maybe Houston. Which one is it, Robin?
I'm in Charlotte this week.
Hey,
Okay.
Robin.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Hi, Robin. Fine.
Hey, how are you?
How was the week, Robin? What you do this week, love?
This week I had a little bit of training this week, so it's been a long week, but I'm getting ready to go on vacation next week.
Nice. Okay.
So I'll be out of commission for about 2 weeks.
Okay, so we won't see you for 2 weeks.
Nope.
Okay.
Well,
you
got
said that happy. Nope. Okay, Robin, well, damn. Shit.
No, sir. I will be in Greece and Rome. So
Ooh, nice.
So you mean tell me Walter Lee and got you some tickets to Greece and Rome? That damn slick Walter Lee.
let me just tell you about no, sir. Because see, I will travel solo, but no, Robin done paid for her own. See, I'm catching flights, not feelings. Flights, not feelings.
Okay.
I love it.
So you going alone? So
No, my cousin and her sister is going with me. So they're flying from Ohio, and we meeting up in Rome, and then we're headed to Athens, and then we'll be in Athens for about 4 days, and then we headed back to Italy, and we'll be in Italy till we come back to the States. They'll go back to Ohio, and I'll come back here to Charlotte, and then I'll be in Charlotte for about 3 weeks before I head to Houston permanently.
Wow. Okay, that sounds nice.
I love Houston, and I love all the places you said. I've been to Rome, never been to Greece. So.
Yeah, so I've already been to Rome before, so I'm excited about going to Greece, but I'm also excited about going back to Italy because this time I'm gonna do a wine tour in Tuscany. So we're going to Tuscany. So yeah. It's gonna be fun.
I'm excited for you, Robin. You're gonna come back fresh with new energy and everything.
Of course. Might come back.
Some good stories.
You said what, Robin?
I'm just saying, might come back with an Italian Walter Lee. How about that?
That's what I was just getting ready. So quickly, my aunt went to Italy to study. And she was going for about 8 to 10 years. And everybody was like, why she didn't come back? Long story short, she came back with a husband named Paolo, honey. So let me tell you. And my aunt got a man from London, England. She on her second one. So I'm just saying.
I mean, they love us over there.
They sure do.
They love us over there. Them Italian men love black women.
Yes, they do.
Okay. So Italian Walter Lee that could be a real thing.
Okay. It could be the real thing.
Go ahead, Robin.
Go ahead. Well, listen, Robin, Maya, I just want to introduce y'all to the lovely Joy. She's joined the panel tonight. She's from California. She's done a little bit of TV herself. She's a world globe trotter. Joy, what I was going to ask you, what are your top 3 countries you've been to that you like the most?
That's so tough. People always ask me that. I really liked Iceland a lot. Iceland was awesome. And I usually don't like traveling to cold places because I feel like a vacation should be warm. I should be in a bikini drinking on the beach. But Iceland was super dope. I was freezing, but it was amazing. So beautiful. We did like snowmobiling in the glaciers, like literally like snow as far as you can see. The Blue Lagoon, like 10 out of 10 recommend. I actually went to China before the pandemic. I really liked China too, actually. I didn't eat too much food, but I liked the vibes. Everything was cool. And probably my third, I liked Egypt. Egypt was amazing. That was gonna be my top 3. But yeah, I really like just traveling in general. So many different cultures and experiences. I love it.
You definitely got to read up on those places because they be having some rules.
Yeah,
Get you locked up.
Yeah, for sure. Especially like in Egypt and in Turkey, I had a guide the whole time. So like I had like everything was private. So I made sure I didn't go any wrong places or anything like that.
Right.
Or get like taken advantage of, because a lot of like scam stuff going on too. So wanted to make sure I avoid all of that. But yeah, definitely get a guide is super important too if you can.
All right, good stuff.
Hey,
Tami.
Applesauce.
Hey.
I'm gonna wait till you fit. You wait. I was gonna do a weekly check-in, but you stuffing your face, so we could. I guess you had a good week. Your ass is eating. So okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Tam. I was gonna see how you been. You got time to give us a check-in? Go ahead, Tam.
There's a lot going on this weekend. We had graduation on Tuesday. There was a game yesterday. I think I'm out of the America's Favorite Teacher competition.
Oh no.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot going on this week. I actually took off work today, so I needed a day.
All right. It's been a busy run for you.
Yeah.
I hope you took advantage of that day.
I was hoping that you was gonna win.
Me too. We was voting our ass off.
Yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
All right, Tam. Well, hopefully we can cheer you up on the panel today. That's what we're going for. The cheer.
I got applesauce, so you know.
All right, Tam and applesauce. Hey, shout out to Big T. Got my favorite damn guy in the whole chat. Big T, welcome. Hey,
Mr. Big T.
Thank you, Big T,
That's
for
my
always showing
people.
up.
What's up, Big T?
Maya and her damn people come through, baby. What up, my man Hank? What up, Hank? What up? He said he needs votes too. Okay.
What?
I don't know what he needs votes. What you running for? Mayor Negro? What you running for? I don't know what you need votes for. What you got going on? You need to tell the people what you need votes for, brother. All right, y'all. Now I got the panel here. I got my all-star Purple Panties panel ready. It's time to get into the important stuff. Let's get down to some business now. I'm gonna kick this one off. The question of the week that got everybody buzzed. The question is the myth of the builder man syndrome and why it doesn't work. So let me just say this. Do women, do you think it is I'm gonna read KiKi's questions right because I'm gonna answer this. Is it a woman's responsibility to help build a man up? And I'm gonna emphatically say hell no. It is not a woman's job to build a man. He has to come assembled and already a man. You can help him, you can assist him, you can maybe go a little polish and embellish him in some ways. But it's not your job to re-raise a fully grown ass man. I tell my sister that if I ever had a daughter, I would tell her that it is not a woman's job. That's out of place. I've never met a woman that ever felt good about leading a man. I ain't never met a woman that actually respected a man that she led. Now she might have had to put those man pants on for the moment. It ain't comfortable to most women I've ever met and talked to, but I will emphatically say it is never a woman's job to build up a man. And with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to the co-host for her to chime in on this.
I was hoping. I agree with you. What you said, I definitely agree. I don't want to build a man like you said. I would rather him come with something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to deal with somebody that I have to lead. Because like you said, I'm going to disrespect the hell out of him. Always. And sometimes, it may not be the best thing, but it's the truth. A lot of these guys, especially sometimes I always feel like it's the mama's voice too. Because I feel like everything is just so easy for them. So then when they get out on their own, they don't know whether they're going left or right. So yeah, I don't want to build no man. I agree with everything that you honestly did say. I wish I could have answered it first, but you said it for me. And yeah, I would love to hear what Tami got to say because she be hitting that shit.
I'm gonna let Tami finish that applesauce. We're gonna get to Tami in a minute. Joy, I'm gonna let the new panelists kick it off. Come in a
Okay,
second. Joy, what's your take on that?
Yeah, I think I have a couple things, but I think a lot of it and a lot of things that we don't talk about is a lot of things come from like a psychological perspective. And I feel like build a man syndrome is more like also with attachment styles, and that can influence relationship dynamics too. So like, for example, if, somebody has an anxious attachment style, they might be more prone to enter relationships with the intent to quote unquote like fix or change their partner. But I feel like that really like stems from like a deep rooted like fear of abandonment at the same time, and like an underlying belief that they need to make their partner perfect to make sure that they won't leave. If that makes sense. So I think a lot of it, we don't kind of like go deep with it because it's not possible. I mean, there's not like buildman.com, sort of thing. So I think it's really important to like make sure you understand your, attachment styles as well too. I would never build man, I think there's room for improvements, and I might like, be, I'm able to assist you or help you in this area that you may not know about or what have you. But yeah, also, I mean, maybe if they're super young, he's like 21 or something, I might be able to influence him a little bit more, but I also wouldn't date a 21-year-old. So
right.
that.
Good stuff. My Big T and of the world waiting for you. Let's go.
I didn't even know what that was. I was like, build a man. It kind of reminded me of Build a Bear, and I'm like, yeah. So yeah, even when it was introduced to me, I was just like, yeah. So I don't really know. I mean, I heard your definition. I don't know how you would do that or why you would even try to go about doing that when it comes to anybody at that matter, unless it's your child or something. You know what I mean? So that's all I got with that. I don't know. I want you to already be what you're supposed to be, I guess. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly. Robin, Walter Lee was a grown-ass man, so I know you didn't have to build Walter Lee up. But before Walter Lee, there was young Herman, and you probably tried to build young Herman up. What did you do with Herman back then?
Like from the Monsters, Herman? I mean, come on.
Herman. Just go with Herman.
Okay, never mind. So now, I mean, I raised a son. Okay, so the thing that I taught him was that I couldn't teach him how to be a man, but I could teach him how to love and treat a woman. And so I pray for God to put different men around to help nurture and help teach him how to grow up and become a man, because I'm not a man, right? I don't think like a man and none of that other stuff. And so I think I was thinking from the aspect not of building a man per se, but thinking from the aspect of, I feel like we can encourage him in whatever direction he's trying to go in, because, the vision is given to the man, right?
Right.
Come on,
and
man.
the women, it's our responsibility to help encourage the vision that's within them. And so, end of the day, he may not know exactly all the parts of what he's supposed to do with the vision that he's been given. So, if you see what the vision is, I'm gonna help him and encourage him,
right,
to stay on path with what the vision is that he's given, so that he leads appropriately, right?
Right.
But at the same time, I'm not gonna discourage him from being the leader, right? So no, I'm not gonna step into his role, because honestly, I'm not trying to do his job. I'm just trying to do my part in that. And a lot of times, a lot of us overstep our boundaries and our roles, especially if we've had to do both parts for so long. And so at this point, yes, he should come already to a certain extent, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it is our job as women to help nurture and help encourage the vision that God has placed within them, so that he continue to stay the path to lead the way that he's supposed to lead as the man. That's what I got.
Mic drop. All right. Damn. Close it out.
Okay, so let's just start with the basis of a relationship. A relationship is reciprocal. Okay, I pour into you, you pour into me, right? It's not just one person pouring into the other person. It's reciprocal. And so, do I believe in building a man? No. Do I believe that you can pour into a man and, as Robin said, help his vision come to fruition? Yes, very much so. But I think there's a line. There's a difference between trying to build a man up and having a man that already has a vision, that already has a goal, and helping them reach said goal. And I also think that this build a man syndrome or this build a man issue comes in. Like, at what point in life or in their life are we trying to build them up? Did I meet this person when they were 20, 21 and they were just fresh out of college and they were, wide-eyed and bushy-tailed? Like, did I meet them when they was fresh, or are they 35, 40, 45 and ain't lived out their vision? So I think that as women, sometimes we have to make wise decisions about which men we choose to pour into. Okay, because there's nothing wrong with pouring into a man that has a vision, who, y'all, there's reciprocal energy there. They pour into you, you pour into them. The problem becomes when they're not pouring anything into you, they're just taking from you. They are getting from you, and you're not getting anything in return from them. And then you didn't build them up, and then they go and they dip out on you and they go with somebody else. And it's really crazy how that could happen, and they don't see how you were the person that added value to their life in the first place. When nobody even checking for bro until you came in, changed his wardrobe, gave him a better haircut. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think that there's nothing wrong with pouring into your partner. But I think that we have to use our wisdom to understand who is worthy of us pouring ourselves into and who is not. And we have to challenge this and say, hey, is this reciprocal energy? Is this a relationship that serves me so that as I'm pouring into him, I know I'm going to get a return on my pour? But you don't pour with the intention of a return, but you just know this man is somebody you can trust, somebody who has integrity, somebody that has a teachable spirit, that trusts you as a helpmeet, as a partner, and you're pouring into them because you will get a return on your investment. So I think that we just need the wisdom of understanding who is worthy of the energy and who isn't.
Nice. Okay, ladies. Y'all destroyed that topic in a great way as always. But let me ask you this. Robin said something that was interesting. She said sometimes we can overstep the boundaries, y'all as women. When does it get to the point when you feel comfortable trusting the man's vision and plan? And I'm gonna let Maya kick that off because I like the way her eyes blink. It's something about when I throw different questions. Maya always turn her head that way. I like to do it like that. Cause she be like, "Shit, that's a good question, Matt."
Right? You know that was my look. Like,
I love when she do that because whenever I do, I got it. That's when I got it. All right, Maya, let's go.
Wait, what was the question?
The question is this.
Right.
Robin said that women, y'all as ladies, at times can overstep y'all boundaries and just trying to pour into a man, which I definitely believe. At what point do you get to the point where you feel comfortable trusting a man's vision? What is it that he has to show you for you to be like, okay, I trust your plan?
I think I said it a few weeks ago. Consistency. I need you to be consistent. I need your words to match your actions. Because I feel like at some point women internalize words. People have all these words. Oh, I'm going to do this and oh, I'm going to do that. And oh, I can see this and oh, I can see that. We get all wide-eyed and bushy-tailed like, oh, this is special. And then next thing you know, it's like a bubble burst, like, ooh. And you're like, well, what happened to all of that stuff you were saying? So you need to be consistent. Your actions need to match your words. And then I think it just takes time. I think it just takes time for me to, I don't even want to use the word submissive, but I know a lot of men do. Just if I want to be able to follow your lead, and I think I said this to a few men that I've dated at some point, like, I don't want to follow your ass off a cliff. So I'm saying, I don't want to do that. Yeah. So that's how I feel about that. Hopefully that answered the question.
Indeed,
Right,
you did. So
exactly.
consistency, know where you're going, and don't you drive Maya off no damn cliff. Got it.
Okay. Because
All right. Let's go to Joy. Joy, how you feel about that?
My thing is more so on like what's your ultimate big plan? Like, where are you trying to be? What are your goals? What are your aspirations? And do they make sense to me? You know, if you want something that's like so out of pocket and you're not taking any steps there, but you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. Like, it has to make sense, because like, I'm not about to get on board on something that is like not even attainable. Let's like work together, figure out what will be attainable, and let's strive towards that goal. You know, I don't mind like helping. I'm like probably like the best like assistant you could ever have. I want to brainstorm. Let's talk about it. Let's make improvements. But like, if you just have this plan that just doesn't make sense, I'm not going to be like, that's a great idea, babe. Like, I'm going to be like, let's try to rethink that a little bit. I love your idea. Like, great. But let's work a little bit more through that. I look at things like that because I want to build an empire. I don't want to just kind of get by. And I feel like that's my thing. Like, what does your vision look like? What's your like end goal? And what are you doing? What are those steps that you're taking to get there? Because I'm not getting on board with something that doesn't make sense. And that's huge for me. That's really big for me. So, yeah.
All right. Good stuff. KiKI, when are you comfortable letting Steve run this thing, and you say, Steve, I trust your plan? And you've dated a damn Steve somewhere in your damn life. This is Steve in New York. Don't look at me like you ain't never dated a Stefan or a Steve or something. No, Stefan. Okay, that's another story. When do you feel comfortable, KiKI?
That's another story. Like both ladies said, once I see the consistency in your words match your actions, you can't tell me we're about to go from being broke, like, let's just be real, we're not gonna go from being broke to being millionaires overnight. It's a progressive situation. I don't mind helping. I've been, like I said, many times I was married or whatever the case may be, was with him for 10 years. And it was a point in that relationship where I believed more in his dream and what he was telling me. Like, he was telling me this dream, like, oh, we're going to go do this. And, we're going to start this. Then I'm at home like, okay, I'll stop my job and I'm going to sit at home and do, all of the leg work and everything like that. And all you got to do is just bring in the investors and we'll do all of this. And nothing happened. So I'm like, you're not leading me. You taking me straight to hell. So once your actions start matching up with what you're saying, then that's when I can really truly believe, okay, this man is not gonna either put us in debt, he's not gonna have us out here looking stupid, those type of situations. Because I've been there, done that, and I'm not trying to do it again. So my next go around, when I date somebody and I feel like it's serious, I need to truly feel in my heart of hearts and see it as well, that everything is aligned to what you're telling me. I can't just go with a pipe dream, because then we'll be asked out like them little crackheads behind my building.
Makes sense, KiKI. Duly noted. All right. Tami.
I love this question.
Tami.
All right,
when,
guys.
Tami, will you trust this Negro? When?
So listen, first of all, I think that one of the things when it comes to trusting somebody is having a godly man. And I know I've said this several times, but also having a man of integrity. A man whose heart you can trust, a man who you know is not going to embarrass you, and a man who knows his job as a man, with protect, provide. And so the example that I think of that came to my head as I thought about this question was Kev on Stage. And y'all might be familiar with Kevin Fredericks, aka Kev on Stage. I've personally been watching him for about 15 years, and I've seen him come from the grassroots before him and his wife moved to California. And, if you know anything about his story, you know that Kev on Stage was a banker at one point in time, and he was not happy. And he told his wife, Melissa, I'm not happy, I want to stop. I want to do acting. I want to do skits. I want to do everything. And, as a wife who got 2 small kids, that's probably hard to trust your husband that he is going to to be this success that we know him to be now. But she had to trust him. She had to trust his heart. She had to trust that he was going to do what he needed to do. And it was kind of like what Maya was saying. Kev was consistent. So if you know anything about Kev on stage, Kev was posting 3 or 4 YouTube videos a day, getting thousands and thousands of views, getting revenue off YouTube. Started with YouTube. Then he went to All Deaf Media. Then he did, his son did a movie. Then he did some stuff on TV as well. He did like I said, All Deaf Media. Now he just posted. He just worked on the film with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith for Bad Boys 4. And his original show that he recorded was picked up by BET. It's called Churchy. Now, this is a 15-year vision. This man had this vision for himself all these years ago. And his wife had to trust, and really pick up their life, because they did not live in California at that time. They had to move, I want to say, from like Texas or somewhere, move from Texas, wherever they were, to, or like Utah, somewhere crazy, and move and trusted this man. This man has kept her with purses and everything, just to know that she's appreciated for trusting that vision that he had for his life. And I think part of the reason why that situation is successful is because that was a man of God, and that vision was a vision that was given to him. Mm-hmm. And at this point, he's reaping the blessings of being consistent, of always giving God the praise in every situation, and of being a faithful man. And I think that is where you can trust somebody, where it might not seem reasonable sometimes, but that's where you can trust somebody. And also, because he was so consistent, that vision became more and more evident. And now both his wife, Kev on stage, and Melissa, are influencers. They make money off of posting whatever they post on the internet. 15 years down the line. And I think that's what it is. And so I think that the man has to have certain qualities to do that. And if a man is talking to you and he has a vision and it don't make sense, like I dated a guy, he told me he wanted to be an anesthesiologist, but he couldn't pass high school biology.
Nah, bro. Nah. Go do something else, bro.
He won't be putting me asleep.
And so I think that
you won't wake up, goddamn shit. Go ahead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, good deal. Robin, how you feel about that?
I think the thing that came to mind for me was listening to Scott King's testimony. When she met Dr. Martin Luther King, she said that she married the vision, not the man. And it was a legacy that she had to pick up and carry on even after he got killed. Again, it's what kind of imprint do you want to leave? Because truly, it's about legacy, and different things like that. So honestly, if you know what you have, the individual, what type of, you want to know what you're leaving behind. And so for me, you got to trust and know the vision that has been placed within you. And if you trust the vision that's been placed within you, then you're going to let it lead.
Can y'all hear her? It's choppy. Is it me?
Breaking up.
Is it
I
me?
thought it was something else.
I thought it was my son.
Yeah, that's what
Robin, you were choppy. I know you were saying some great stuff, but it was choppy. The internet was choppy. All I heard was Dr. King's Coretta, the vision. She married the vision. I had a dream.
Okay. I can read her lips a little bit.
But Dr. King and Coretta Scott King, that's enough said. That's a great example. Okay. Let's segue to another one. KiKI, great question. You said, do you believe you can build someone up so much that they become better for the next damn person? Well, KiKI, who did you build up that became better for the next person?
My husband.
God, no.
Wait, no. Do you not hear that noise? Like wind?
That's probably GQ. He driving.
No, but his thing is on mute.
Yeah, he on mute because I had to mute it because it was too much noise.
I still hear it though.
I do too.
I don't know who's.
So when I talk, can you hear? Like, is it choppy?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay. What was the? I forgot what the question was. Oh yeah. So my husband, I've done like he was older than me, but he was like an old school, dusty ass nigga, whatever the case is. And I felt like I put a lot into him, taught him how to dress, taught him how to, I mean, I talk the way I talk, but like I'm very educated, went to school, got degrees, whatever the case is. And I felt like I taught him how to deal with when we were trying to start his little skating rink business or whatever the case is, taught him how to go and talk to the investors, put together a proposal, did all of these things for him. And that was another reason why I didn't want to leave, because I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and put on all this work for the next bitch to, reap the benefits of everything that I done put into the situation. Absolutely not. Have y'all movie Acrimony with Taraji, and she didn't believe in the guy's dream and everything like that, and then he wound up blowing up and she was mad? That's how I felt. So I've definitely done it. Will I do it again? Absolutely not. Because if I do, then both of us is going down. I'm joking. But it sucks though, like, to me, and you doing all of these things for somebody and you see their vision and you're, like I said before, like I saw his vision more than I saw my own. So I wanted to help, and thinking that we're together like 10 years, 5 years, all of this time for you to go and then do everything that I sat here and taught you and helped you out with, and for the next woman, it hurts.
Were you doing that based off of love, or because you wanted him to make sure he was like, gonna be good with you, essentially?
I did it for love. I did it because I believed in his vision. I did it because at the end of the day, we were married, and I felt like, okay, if he's good, then we're good financially as well. Marriage is a business. I don't care what anybody says. Because at the end of the day, it is. If you a girlfriend and your man is making all this money, you're not entitled to anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe his kids or his family's gonna get. You being a girlfriend, you ain't gonna get jack. And that's only if he writes it in the will. Let's say he gonna get hit by a bus tomorrow and you ain't nothing written down, then you was just the girlfriend. So I did it for all of that. I felt like maybe we would be better off for a future, and for a future for our children as well.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's deep. Okay, Maya, do you believe you could build someone up so much that they become better for the next person? There's that look again. I love it.
Let me think about that.
I'm going to say yes and no, and the no just being that regardless of what you do for somebody, they can always, if you're helping them to be better, you have to keep in mind they can always go and find somebody else and be with somebody else. So I look at that like that. I don't know. I feel like I can be supportive in a relationship with a man. Okay. I can be your cheerleader and different things like that. But I also don't stop what I'm doing. I'm always working on myself. Okay. When I was younger, I stopped doing things. Oh, I don't want you to work, or oh, this, or oh, I don't want you to go to school, and blah, blah, blah. And then the bullshit commenced to happening, with the lying and the cheating and the this and the that, because they feel like, well, I kind of got her because, she's not working, or she don't have money, or she's not doing this, or she's not doing that. So that was a lesson learned. So going forward in my life, I do what I want to do. I do whatever is best for me. You understand what I mean? And that's bettering myself in any particular situation. If I'm in a relationship, like I said, and I could be your cheerleader, you want me to support you in something, that is fine. But again, I have to see consistency when you start talking about us, us getting better. Because just to touch on, I recently had a girlfriend who was married to another race. I don't even know if that's important here or there, but the bottom line is they went to buy a home. She put the down payment, gave the down payment for the home, and then he didn't even put her name on a deed, which she didn't know until after they're going through a divorce now. And then the attorney's like, oh, wait a minute, your name is not even on the deed.
Oh, no.
So,
I'm burning that house down. Ain't nobody going to live there.
Well, yeah, well, she's able to stay in there with the children, and because of, they're married, it'll be communal property or whatever. But the point is, she trusted in him, right? She trusted in him and thought that he had her best interest. And lo and behold, at the end of the day, she finds out, her lawyer's like, oh, your name is not even on the deed. That you put the $25,000, $50,000 on the house. You understand what I mean? So you can't trust anybody so blindly that you're not protecting yourself. And I'm sorry, it could be your spouse, your boyfriend, or whatever you want to call it. But I'm from New Jersey. It's like, honey, you got to look. Well, KiKi, you from New York. You got to look out for you. Okay.
All right.
Period.
Maya says she got to protect her neck. Goddamn it, there's some wolves out here. I got you, baby girl. That's a great. Thank you for sharing that story, because that's messed up. That's messed up. All right, Joy. How do you feel about that? Are you gonna build up somebody and they become so damn amazing? You gonna put the joy dust on them, and then Gerald just walk his punk ass out the door? How do you feel about building Gerald up like that? He just leave.
Is it Gerald?
You said who? What you say, KiKi?
I said, is it GQ named Gerald?
Gerard. That brother name is Gerard. Damn, man.
I know.
Gerald, not Gerard.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way as Maya and KiKi, honestly. But I think at the same time, I think for me to even just be able to like go day in and day out, knowing that I'm like already pouring everything into this person, and I think that it's going, here, and it ends up not going there. I also have to like, instead of being like upset, because that can like really just eat away at you. You're like, dang, like I can't believe I did this and this and this for this person, and they're like not even here anymore. Now this person over here is just getting everything, and they think that they're just so great, but they don't know where they started from and what I did in order to like pour into them to get them to, be the person that they are for you now, and you're not even getting anything from it. Really sucks. But I think that it's like important for us to like really make sure that we like, if that's the case and that's something that happens, how are we going to like view it from there? Like we have to take a positive out of it, right? Like, okay, maybe it didn't work out, but like I did help this Black man to get here, and I don't want you to like not be successful or anything like that. It's just unfortunate that, I put all this into the situation with you and I didn't get anything from it. However, the one thing I do have is if like he tries to act like you ain't even do shit for him, like, oh, no. Like that's where I'm like, okay, now I have to say like, well, what about this and this and this, and I did X, Y, and Z. So I think that it's important to like be recognized too for the sacrifices that you've made and what you've done to pour into this person and to help them to be the person that they are today, whether they're with you or they're not with you. But I've definitely had like, I felt like almost like I was bitter for a second. I'm like, no, that's going to eat away at me as a person. I'm not going to be able to like, I want to give the same part of me to anybody that I'm with. I don't want them to have to, deal with something that I was experiencing in the past. And now, therefore, this is a good person. This is the person that I really should be with and the person that I should put everything into. And I'm not even giving all of that because of something that's happened to me in the past. I don't think that that's fair for the next person either at the same time. So that's kind of how I look at it. And everything's based off of like my own personal feelings. Because are they over there thinking about me? Probably not, when they're with the other person. So why am I sitting here thinking about blah, 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 and all this stuff? No, I'm going to like make sure that I get my stuff together, and whoever I'm with, we just going to boss up together, and you're going to be like, dang.
Yeah. Make sure you put your name on everything. I learned that.
See, Maya, you just struck a damn nerve now, Maya, with that damn story. You just struck a nerve with KiKi.
Yeah, I think I got to do something tonight now, I'm joking.
Maya, y'all two are bad. Joy, anything else to add to that before I kick you?
I literally actually like, in order for me to get anything from my family or anything like that, when I get married, I have to have a prenup. And there's certain stuff that has to be in the prenup. Otherwise I get nothing, because that is not something. They just married. We just got married. They weren't here before with all the struggles and everything that we've done as a family. So like, it's literally like, if I don't get a prenup, like I don't get anything. So, yeah. And my mom, my dad passed away when I was 1. So she got married finally when I was like in high school. They were together for like 2 years, but ultimately he like cheated on her with the like gatekeeper people that like let you into nice neighborhoods. And they had a prenup though, but he couldn't read enough of the like legal document to understand anything. So he thought he was gonna get half of everything. He didn't get a thing at all. He didn't look at the prenup.
With
So
housekeepers and whatnot.
Yeah. But she built him up. This is another example. She built him up, got him new teeth, a haircut, this whole wardrobe, all this stuff. And then
I would have knocked his teeth right out.
KiKI, would you just, ma'am, abstain from violence for 2 more minutes?
You have to think about it. Everything's gonna come back tenfold. So, like, yeah, she got the teeth, but in 10 years when the teeth have to be replaced, who's gonna do it? Now you focus your teeth. No, she's not gonna do it either. She doesn't have a job now.
Wow.
Woo, KiKI is too much.
KiKI, violence is not the answer for everything. Thank you, Joy, for that. And whoever want to marry Joy, your ass gonna sign them damn papers because Joy saying, "Hey, the hell with you! I'm gonna get my hair this goddamn. I'm gonna get my bag." Smart move, Joy. Smart move. All right, moving along. Tami G, you have thoughts, and I know you do. So give us your thoughts.
Okay, so I'm gonna be a little bit different from the crowd today, just because I know my purpose in life.
All right.
And I think when you're moving in your purpose, even if your purpose is counterintuitive to what other people say, you still have to move in your purpose. And so what I mean by that is, I think a lot of people think that when you're talking about purpose, they think their purpose is their job, their whatever that is, right? And I think when we're talking about purpose, we have to sometimes remove it from like employment. I don't even like your place of work isn't just your purpose. Your purpose is what God has called you to do, what your purpose is in this life, what kind of person you're supposed to be in this life. And I know part of my purpose is pouring into people, whether it be my students, whether it be my friends, whether it be my spouse, my family, whomever. And this is why I was saying earlier, you kind of have to have discernment on who you're supposed to pour into, because if you are not pouring into the right person, at the end of the day, you're going to be depleted and they're going to be full. And so that's where I'm working on. And so do I believe that I've built up men and made them better for other relationships? Yes, that was my purpose in their life. That was my purpose. Now, this is me financially, whatever. I mean, for some people, for other things, it was giving them emotional regulation. For others, it was allowing them to see themselves as more than just some Negro from off the street. For other people, it was helping them cultivate a relationship with God that was not, that let them know that God loved them where they were. And these are things that, and I'm not just talking about men I've dated, I'm talking about my homeboys, because I'm a girl who hang out with guys. So people come back to me later. I had a friend that was my friend in high school from 9th grade. He messaged me about a year ago and he was like, "Tam, I just want to thank you." I was like, "What you thanking me for?" Because I wished you happy birthday a couple days ago. No problem. He was like, no. He was like, "I want to thank you." He said, "You were a friend to me when in a time period that was difficult for me. And I appreciate you." And I hadn't spoken to him, y'all, in 10 years. And that is the relationship I have with people. And so because I know my purpose, I don't have too much of a problem with pouring into people, and building people up, whether that be a friend, my mans, or, you know, my family. It's just, like I said, having that discernment to understand who is worthy of that information, that energy from you, and who is going to in turn reciprocate said energy from you, and having the wisdom and the guidance to cut relationships off that no longer serve you, because sometimes you were supposed to be in that person's life for a season of pouring into them, and then you were supposed to be gone, that your season was over. And I think sometimes we try to make a season of life, and it was just supposed to be a season. And so have I poured into men? I mean, I think I told y'all about the MacBook. Didn't I tell you about the MacBook?
You bought a MacBook.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I could be over here upset and angry, right? I could be over here upset and angry and bitter and not want to reciprocate that for the next person. But that's the role I played in their life at that time period. And the truth of the matter is, like I said, I have conversations with these people that I poured into all the time, whether they hit me up years later or they hit me up, and they always come back around and tell me that they ain't never found nobody else like me. And this is not to hype myself up, and it's not even because they want to be with me, we trying to date or nothing. It's just that is what my calling is. And so I don't really have a problem with building somebody up. But I think at this point in my life, when it comes to a spouse, when it comes to somebody I'm dating seriously, I will pour into them, but I'm going to pour into them in ways that won't make me regret my investment in them. I don't know if that makes sense. Just having the wisdom to understand who is worthy and who should get that. And yeah.
Those are
You
Tami's
said that,
thoughts.
girl.
Robin,
Yes, sir.
Walter Lee, you built his ass up and he decided to go on. How you feel about it? How do you feel about you could build a man up so much and they leave? How do you feel about that?
I mean, that's usually how it works out. When things go south, they go south. And they usually move on and treat Susie better than they treated you.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually how it works out. And honestly, you just wasn't the right fit. You did what you could, and sometimes, it didn't work out, and you have to move on. And so at this stage in my life, I'm not for begging nobody to stay where they ain't trying to be kept. You don't want to be kept, I ain't trying to keep you. And if you ain't making space for me, I'm not going to bombard myself in your life for a place that you haven't made room for. And so at the end of the day, if you gonna keep on moving, bye, see you. Deuces. Peace out, homie.
Kick
Because,
rocks.
I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, we have got to get to a point where yesterday's prices ain't today's prices.
Ooh,
And you got to be this tall to ride this ride.
Aaron,
All right now, Robin, talk your shit tonight. You on one tonight. Love it.
Robin, I was with you to the ride. I don't
Tammy, you have to understand the concept. So, I mean, again, at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I'm like I said, if you haven't made a space for me to dwell in with you, I'm not trying to stay someplace where you haven't made room for me. And I'm not going to beg you to be in your life. So if you don't want me to be a part of your life, at the end of the day, I'm not staying someplace where I'm not wanted. I'm more valuable today than I was yesterday. And if you don't see the value in me, it's not my job to show you how valuable I am. Do this. Keep it moving. They come, listen, y'all come like buses every 15 to 20 minutes.
Ooh, child.
Let's keep
Well, listen, hey, Max don't come every 15 minutes, man. Hold on.
Okay, Mac.
exit
All right, I have a
stage
question.
Max, exit stage
All right, I have a question. Do you guys feel like y'all build women up to be a better woman? Because when I was with my ex, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make you this, and this." I said, "You can't make me do shit." But do men feel like they build a woman up to certain? Maybe she wasn't cooking, but then you talk. Listen, you know what I'm saying? Do you get what I mean? I don't feel like going down the whole list. But do men feel like they may have built a woman up to a certain extent for the next guy?
I don't know per se the next guy. It's kind of more so if he's a quality man, he's supposed to put something into the woman of value and substance. Like if he's a quality man, why is he there if he ain't bringing her shit? So it's his job. If I see you deficient or maybe don't have enough confidence in this area, maybe I say you're really a good cook, but you really don't think that. I'm gonna make sure your ass know you're the best damn cook walking on the damn face of the earth. I'm going to build you up. And so, yeah, it is a man's job to actually encourage and give his woman the confidence and lead her in the right direction. Now, if she goes on and but get with Fred, then then that's life. It happens, it happens. But in the moment, you're supposed to be able to encourage that woman because women are more emotional than men, and they're supposed to be. Let me just put that out there. They're supposed to be. In 2024, you got to remind people that. So women they're gonna have highs and lows emotionally, and that's the man's job to stabilize that and bring them back center. Baby, we got this. I got you. I believe in you. Everything gonna be okay. I'm with you. And that to me, yes, he's supposed to do that. But now if she leave and go to Fred, then goddamn it, that's her loss.
Especially with a guy named like Fred.
Hey, Fred and Ralph, it's a good dude. Well, Ralph Fred was a decent dude. Okay, GQ, what you got on that, brother? We'll spin it to you.
Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Hey, I just want to make sure they were talking about me. I missed y'all last week. My bad. I want to apologize, but I'm here just for y'all today. Mac, I gave you my word. I told you I'd be here.
I honor that. Respect.
So we talking about women. I say this: past relationships for me, I haven't been in a lot that truly matter, but the ones I have, all those women came out better than when we started. I'm talking about miles and miles because the one thing about GQ is I done taught you something, either investing, something about life, something about yourself. So I'm definitely the one to build up a woman, but I don't feel any type of way because that's what we say about people. You should learn something from your last relationship that makes you better. So you go into your next relationship, I would hope you're doing better. I would hope you've taken the things that you've learned from this relationship and improved upon yourself. Because I don't have no hate. You're not mine anymore. So yeah, go forth and do great things. I don't feel any type of way.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
And that's it.
Good stuff. All right, let me ask you this. This is a good question. If you could own ladies, if you could only use 3 traits to build up the perfect man, what would they be? 3 traits to build up the perfect man. What would they be, Maya? Yeah. I'm coming right
keep calling my name.
Big T want to know. Big T want to know.
3 traits. Honesty. Or we could just say integrity, like Tami say, because that encompasses a lot. Generosity, and I'm not talking about money. I'm just talking about with time, with wisdom, etc. And the third one, it's loose. The word is losing me, but basically, know when you are wrong.
Okay.
Accountability.
Yeah, there you
Accountability.
go. Thank you. Yes, accountable for your actions and the things that you do. I think those are 3 good qualities to have in a man.
All right.
Yep.
All right, good stuff. KiKI, what you looking for?
Nah, I would say like somebody who's compassionate.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote it down, but I lost the paper. And I know it was like compassionate. It definitely was integrity as well. And I would say loyalty.
Okay. All right, that's good. All right, I got you. Joy, what you got? What's your 3?
I'm going for the first one every single time. Emotional intelligence. I think a lot of people lack emotional intelligence. Is so big. It's like a trait that's like crucial for understanding your own emotions and the emotions of others, which is like fundamental for maintaining a healthy relationship and a supportive relationship. Number 2, adaptability. I think this is like vital for just being able to navigate life's inevitable changes and challenges that we face, often daily, and just allowing a person to be able to adjust to new situations without, having additional issues. And then responsibility, which I think kind of goes into, reliability, accountability, all of that. But I think just being responsible, being accountable is really important. Taking ownership of your own actions and the consequences that come with the actions that you may take as well too. And just being responsible, ensuring that, essentially you're fulfilling all your commitments, whether it's your career goal, personal goals, but just all aspects of the relationship. I think it's super important to be responsible, because essentially that's going to really build the trust and create like a secure partnership, a relationship at the same time too. So those would be my top 3: responsibility, adaptability, and emotional intelligence.
Okay.
All right. Tami G.
I'm gonna say integrity first, because I think integrity encompasses, honesty and all of that, those good tactics. I'm definitely gonna say somebody who is communicative, who can communicate, clearly, openly, and honestly. I think those are very important, because communicating is, I think sometimes we think about communicating, we think about just being able to talk, but communicating is also being able to listen and respond. So communicative, and then ambitious. Having an ambitious man is very important for me, because I'm a pretty ambitious person myself, and it's kind of weird if you are sitting here as a woman, or as a person in general, and you got all these visions and goals for your life, and you're making steps to make it happen. I remember 10 years ago, right? I was in Korea at the time, and didn't think about what I would be, 10 years ago. And then, a year after that, somebody was like, you know what, you should model. And I started modeling. Then somebody said, you know what, you should be on TV. And then I was on TV. And now I'll be on TV. Okay. I'll be on podcasts. I'll be on it. And it's like, I had this ambitious goal, and I made, it happened, what I'm saying? So I need somebody that's just as ambitious as me, because I can't be over here working, having all these hustles, and you just over there, playing a video game. So those are my 3. Did I say integrity, community?
Yeah, Tam, you led with that. You're gonna always lead with that integrity piece.
It's important.
Tammy, like, well, you have to have a man of integrity. And Tammy gonna tell you every time, a man of integrity
because
first.
You know why? Let me tell you why. A man of integrity is not gonna have you out here in the streets looking stupid. He understands that he is a reflection, that you are a reflection of him. And so if you are a reflection of him, he's not gonna have you out in the streets looking stupid. So that's just my thing. Integrity encompasses a lot of different things, man.
I love it. I love
Very
it.
good.
Tam Jizzle. Robin, close this one out, baby.
All right. Well, y'all already know which angle I'm coming from.
Okay.
First and foremost, he got to be a man that loves God, because if he loves God, God is going to teach him and tell him how to love and treat me. That's the first thing. So, again, and then he has to be honest and respectful. That's it. Very simplistic.
What are 3 traits you look for in a woman, Matt?
I would have to say humility. A woman, an intelligent woman, a woman you can talk to, because if she's intelligent, I can reason with her. We can talk and you can reason with an intelligent woman. I've been around some women that ain't so intelligent, and that shit don't go very well. So I want somebody I can communicate with. Like, if you're intelligent, you can eventually get it. We can get somewhere with that. She's sincere, she's intelligent, she's humble, and then more importantly, she loves God. To me, that's important, because she has to have that spiritual compass. Because if she don't honor God, then I ain't got a chance in hell. So you got to have that spiritual, that something to govern you, that's higher than man. Because if she don't respect God, then hey, get out the burning building now, and that's real. GQ.
I'm with you on that. But I that's the overall arching. But 3 that I'm looking for, accountability is number 1. Self-love, and I absolutely mean self-love, because if you can't love yourself, if you don't have that ability, there's no way that you can love me, treat me with respect. And the last one I would say is honor. Honor thy mother, thy father, thy Lord, thy kid, thy person. You got to be able to honor the people that are in your life. And if you don't got that, yeah, you can keep it moving. So accountability, self-love, and honor.
I'm so glad y'all had answers to this. I asked this same question to my students last week, and my girls could give me some answers about what they were looking for in potential people they dated. But my boys, they were just like, man, she just got to be a good vibe. I was like, what does that even mean? Yeah, gotta be cool. You know what I'm saying? She gotta be, and I'm like, y'all are not, y'all not saying words. I'm looking for adjectives. But
she gotta be cute.
Right.
That's all they care about.
Low looks and stuff, right?
That's all they care about.
Good stuff, y'all. All right. Let me ask you this, and I can answer this one. Do you think a partner not believing in your dreams and goals can change the dynamic of your relationship? And for me, that's a yeah. Because I've always to Aiken to Aiken and Tami, what she said, I've always been obviously ambitious, goal oriented, and I've been with some women that just was like, ain't this enough? No, it ain't enough. I ain't got to where I'm going. And when I met you, I told you where I'm trying to get to. And if I ain't got there yet, no, it's not enough. And so having a woman and being around in a relationship with a woman that does not believe in your dreams fully, and you're actively doing all the things that you ladies say you want a man to see, and you still don't believe, then you got to go. For example, when I was, I'll share a personal story. When I was just becoming a single father, I was took care of my boys, raising my two sons, and I got my break to go to corporate America. I got a job at corporate America. Now, how I got discovered is only God. I was working in the gym selling gym memberships, and literally one of the corporate executives walked in and was like, "This guy's really talented. You should be doing something else with your talent." And he literally got me in corporate America. I'm like, bro, they're not gonna let me in. I don't have no degree. I got 89 tattoos. It ain't gonna happen. Well, it did happen. That's the grace of God. He got me in. So at the time, I had a young lady I was dating seriously. We were, actually about to be getting engaged. So I'm like, listen, I'm finally about to get my break. It's going to transform my life, my kids' life, and potentially set you up as well, all of us. But you're going to have to let me get in here. I need about 3 months to lock in on this so I can really dive into what this is, because I don't have any frame of reference on how to conduct myself in corporate America. I got to kind of figure it out. And they don't give Negroes a handbook either, by the way. So I got to figure this out. I just said, give me 3 months to lock in. You know where I'm at. You know what I'm doing, but I got to lock in on this. Well, her whole thing was, well, what about me? What about me? And everything became what turned from the dream, I'm trying to pursue with these boys I'm raising as a single dad. And you turned it on about you. And so I was like, you know what? This train gonna leave without your ass, and it's gonna leave you tonight. And so you stayed there. Matt went on to corporate America and did great things for 8 years. So
I'm glad you beat your ass to the curb.
Oh yeah, ass quick to the curb. So the answer is, I'm gonna kick that one off. Hell yes, that is that is a no, and that's very discouraging. All right, KiKI, what about you?
I don't think the relationship can stand the whatever of time.
That's the time.
I feel as though all right, you may try to, continue to work things out, but I hate to be with a hater. And when I say a hater, is like when you tell them all of these good things that you're trying to accomplish, then they're like, oh, I don't think that's going, like how you mentioned about, oh girl, oh, yeah. I don't think that's gonna work out. Oh, are you sure you want to do this? Or I don't need the negativity. Do I need you to actually do what I'm trying to accomplish? No, I don't need you to actually do anything. Would I like the support? Of course. Who wants to be with somebody that you laying up with and they over here just be in a dark cloud of everything that you're trying to accomplish and be in life? So I don't think that any relationship can stand the test of time when you just have like that negativity. Just no, that's not gonna work. Oh, just even me wanting to do podcasting is always why are you wasting your time? You're not getting paid for that. It may not be right now at this moment, but you never know what things can come to. Moving forward. I love to talk. I'm a talker. So for me, it's just like, I don't want somebody in my ear telling me what I can and cannot do, stomping on my little dreams. So to answer the question, I don't think that a relationship can last when you're laying up with your biggest hater.
Ooh, I love that. You're laying up next to your biggest hater. I love it. Robin, how you feel about that?
it probably wouldn't survive.
Real.
You know, at the end of the day, early on, I talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not understanding the vision and the purpose that the person has. You know, so when you have somebody who doesn't understand the vision and the plan, and they don't support you in that manner, no, it's not going to make it. Now, if you have somebody who does understand it, it might be a little bumpy, but you can survive that. You can overcome that. You know,
Right.
Somebody that doesn't understand that and not want to support you, and a lot of times, you know, it's sad to say it. You know that it goes back to that whole thing last week when, you know, we were talking about the whole toxic thing.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times when, and it may not be them intentionally not wanting to support you, but there could be some underlying issues as to why they respond to you in that manner. And a lot of times you folks don't take the time to ask why they respond in that manner. Maybe they had some things that they wanted to do that somebody shot them down.
Yep.
And maybe that's all they know how to respond to. You see what I'm saying? So it may not be intentionally to respond to you in that manner, but because they didn't have somebody support them in something that they were trying to do, that just might have been the way that they know to respond. But if you don't get to the root of why, and then you so quick to just say, okay, you know what? It is what it is. And you move on.
Right.
You just don't never know why they choose. Of course, there are some people who just gonna hate, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, not knowing fully, because somebody probably killed their dream.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
That's real.
But we may have to ask a little bit some other questions to understand why they are responding in that manner, to get to the root of why their disposition or their attitude or their demeanor is responding to you in that capacity, as to why they're not being so happy-go-lucky for you in that retrospect, right? But sometimes it just takes you asking questions to the
That's
why,
right.
as to why.
Right. Good stuff. Joanna says, right, it wouldn't work from the chat. Let me just get a chat love. It says, I know this because I've been there. Every time I achieved something, his jealousy showed. After 7 years of being blind, I had to let him go so I could grow. I'm glad you did that,
I like
baby.
that. Let him go.
And Big T says, yeah, Mac, you got some women out here that's going to try and hold you back. You're trying to move forward. I don't know why I think he would talk like that. I don't know, Big T, but I just had to put that Texas twang on that thing now, man.
It's the hat.
It's the hat, man. But thank you, Big T. You are exactly right. All right, Joy, how you feel about that?
Yeah, I think simply just like being supportive from both ends, encouragement. You know, I want to like speak some life. Let's be positive. I'm so big on like being positive. My name's Joy. Like, always happy for the most part, you know. But I think that also kind of comes into like, I'm just super supportive. I'm a supportive friend. I'm a supportive partner. I speak life into my own self. So I like do the same with others. You know, and I think that when you don't, that's when the hater vibes start coming into play. And it's like, you're not celebrating my wins, but I'm celebrating your wins. And this is supposed to be a two-way street here. You know what I mean? So like, if I accomplish something and like nothing, you don't say congratulations, we're not popping a bottle or something like that. But then I'm like celebrating all your wins, you know, and you feel so supported. Like it should go both ways. And I can't continue to support anybody that's not also being supportive for me as well too. So I think that that's huge, and it does create a rift between people when one person may feel supported whereas the other person does not. And like it's never going to work like that either. So
exactly, it's like laying next to your biggest hater.
Yeah.
Maya.
Yes.
How you feel about that?
How do I feel? Can you be in a relationship with someone who you don't think supports you? I don't think you can. I feel that when you want to accomplish something as a man or a woman, the person that you with, even if they can't see what you're trying to do, like your vision, they can be supportive of it. I would just say, as a woman, I feel like I don't know, when you're out here and you're talking to men, I feel like sometimes they feel like women shouldn't be doing certain things. And I'll just give you an example. I'll just use my YouTube channel. Like I said, I'm in certain states of undress sometimes. Undress meaning a bra or or shapewear or something like that, like I'm doing a clothing overhaul. And then if somebody's trying to get to know me, they're like, well, why are you doing this? And why are you doing that? And why this and why that? And it's like, hold up. I am independently, basically I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. Okay. Like I lead my life on what I would like to do. I'm intelligent. I'm college educated. Not that it should matter, but I feel like I make good decisions. So therefore you can't come in the door and questioning why I'm doing something that has already been established and is there. And I feel on the defense, like I have to try to explain to you my train of thought of why I want to do this and why I want to do that. Now, once the relationship is established, you know what I mean? Then we can kind of talk about, okay, well, I would like you to tone this down, or I would like you to tone that down, or how can you attain the same outcome and maybe doing something differently? And I'm open to that. But other than that, you need to support me. You don't need to do anything. But if you're going to come in my life and deal with me, okay, because I have a very strong personality, you need to support me what I'm doing, or just keep your mouth shut and don't start, well, why are you doing this? So I saw you on the internet talking about this. After we did that one a few weeks ago, the first time I was on, and we were talking about how you spice up a relationship. And I said, with somebody that I dated, I dressed in something different, and I said my name was Rhonda or whatever. Then I got a few emails, and I'm not even in a relationship with this person. And they're like, well, I saw you on a sex channel, and you were saying this
sex channel. Oh my God.
Oh, now we a sex channel? So sex channel?
With a light-skinned guy, with some girls, KiKI, Robin, and y'all was talking about y'all was going into a room and giving a massage, and I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I was like scratching my head, like, are you sure that was me? And they're like, yeah, it was you. And child, come to find out, if they was talking about this. And I'm like, well, did you listen to hear exactly what was said about how you can spice up a relationship? But then I had to say, wait a minute. Why am I even having this conversation with a man that I don't even freaking know? You understand what I mean? B, we will probably never have we will never have a relationship. And why am I feeling defensive that I have to explain myself on why I'm saying what I'm saying on a damn podcast? Is it any of your business? So I just feel like, I don't know, people are just crazy today. You know what I mean? For lack of a better word.
Sex channel thing.
Wait, y'all, we a sex channel now, KiKI.
Yes.
So this is the only thing the nigga had right was you was talking to a light-skinned nigga. That's not the only thing he had right. Now I give him that. God damn.
Yeah, crazy.
All the intelligent stuff you say, Maya, and that's what he deduced.
That's what he knows from it.
Yeah, that's what he heard. And I said, did you even listen to the context of what we was talking about? But he said no. And I said, well, then there you go.
Ignorance is bliss.
Nah, it's the section thing that's like throwing me for a loop. I can't wait to tell somebody this later.
Right, y'all. We do now, by the way, it's the AK sex channel, yo. With light-skinned guy with beautiful women. Hey, GQ, we got a sex channel now, baby. Get ready.
Hey, I'm on it. I hear you, bro.
Hey, get ready to jump off the dresser, because this is a sex channel now, GQ.
Man, don't start with this mess, bro. Golly, you trying to get me in trouble.
All right. Thank you, Maya, for that, baby. Thank you for sharing the story. Tam G, what you got on that?
Listen, my nigga gonna know he the dopest nigga ever, right? And he gonna tell me the same thing in return. And that's just my take on it. Like, we're like I said, we're all about hyping each other up. So that's just my take. And I think that everybody that I've dealt with, I've made them feel that way. I'm never gonna do anything. I think we said this probably the first time I was on the podcast. I move in an energy of respect towards men, right? And so that's the energy. Even if you're not where you need to be, I will make you feel like you the dopest motherfucker to ever do it. Like, and that's just what I do. And you should in turn make me feel like I'm the baddest, I'm the smartest. You blessed to have me. That and yeah. So that's my take.
Wow. I love it. All right. GQ, close that topic out, man. What you got?
Let me say this. It's top notch when you showing exactly what you talk about. So I'm like Tami G. Hey, you got to rep it for the home team and shout it out loud every single time. So yeah, make it known. You know what I'm saying? My girl know like, hey, yeah, you the shit. Easy every single time. Ain't no questions about it. So yeah, that's it. Easy.
It is. It is. Okay. All right. All right. I dig it. Good stuff, y'all. So let me ask you guys this. This is a good one. This is really a good one. Do you feel like men pour into women their goals as much as probably women pour into men? Do you feel it's the parity or not? Tami, go ahead since you didn't already jumped on the damn mic. And I couldn't
Damn.
even get GQ. I'm up here. The last word drop. No, man. No. They don't. Go ahead. Tami, go ahead.
Let me compose myself. Okay.
No,
okay.
Be you, Tam. Go ahead. Be you. Go ahead.
Listen. Like I told y'all, I'm a girl who has a lot of guy friends. Okay. Yes. But when I was in college, I definitely had a group of girls, homegirls, and we were all dope as hell, smart as hell. Like we five. Like we don't chicks. And we're not just them chicks physically, we're them chicks academically, we're them chicks spiritually, we them chicks emotionally. And so, you know, we're running in this group and we all had these huge visions for our lives, right? These big, massive visions. And then I've systematically watched some of my homegirls get married and completely lose their vision and not pursue it anymore. Because that vision it wasn't the vision of their husband. And I do think that visions can pivot, but I also think that sometimes as women, we just let go of our dreams, put our dreams on hold, right? And then go off with whatever his dream is. And then kind of find out, shoot, we probably should have been focused on what we should have been focusing on, because now some stuff then popped up and he can't take care of you. And I don't want to get too specific because my homegirls who I'm talking about might hear this podcast one day and they're gonna know I'm talking about them. But baby. And it's like, bro, I had homegirls that wanted to be teachers. Guess what they are? Stay-at-home wives. Now, when they were first stay-at-home wives, it's working out for them now. But when they were first stay-at-home wives, they were struggling stay-at-home wives. Barely rubbed 2 nickels together, stay-at-home wives. But that's what they did. Some of them, it ain't working, baby. They gotta go back to work with them 4 kids, with them 7 kids, with them 5 kids. Some of them got 5 kids. You know what I'm saying? Like when I say it's like, bruh, I need it to be, and this is why I said earlier, the relationship should be reciprocal. I'm pouring into you, you're pouring into me. Now I do have another homeboy and homegirl. They are married. They have 5 kids. But they were reciprocal and pouring to each other. So when she was getting her master's in counseling, he was getting his master's in divinity, and they had 3 kids at a time. Then she got pregnant with baby 4. She finished her master's degree in counseling while she was pregnant with baby number 4, and now she got 5 sons, and she counseling people and he pastoring people, and it worked out. But that's because it wasn't all right, baby, we married, now I'm gonna just pastor and you gonna stay home with our kids. It was all right, baby, we married, I'm a pastor, but you also gonna go ahead and finish your degree as well. We're gonna support each other. Now it's this beautiful thing that I see in them, but it's not like that for most women. And so I don't like that idea of a man just his vision becoming the primary vision for the entire relationship. I think that you have to be with somebody who literally respects the vision that God has put in your life, and that you have, that y'all can both pour into each other. Because if you're not, there might be some resentment that comes along later on. It might not be immediate, but it might be some resentment that comes along later on, because you feel like maybe you've been a wife for 20 years, your kids gone, and all you have to say for yourself is that she was a wife and a mother. You wanted to be I don't know, you wanted to be a flight attendant, you wanted to be a nurse, you wanted to be a doctor, but you never did that because he was working and we had the kids, and that was my excuse for not following my dreams. And I don't like that. I think that if there's a vision, there is something that God has you to do. Your spouse, your significant other, your person that you with should be able to help build you up as you build them up as well. Okay, I'm done.
All right,
Good girl. You
Damn.
settled.
Damn, couldn't wait to get on that one. She did
Right,
this stuff,
right.
yeah. All right, KiKI, do you feel that men? Okay, that face said it all. Okay, KiKI, just a hell no. Men.
Oh,
Your
no,
face
that was
said-
I was listening face.
All right, do you feel men? This Stefan, did he ever support the dream? Did you think men point to women as much as women point to men traditionally? What have you experienced, Pete?
I'm saying this for what I've seen and what I've been through. I can't speak for everybody else, but from what I've seen, I feel as though a lot of men don't pour into women as we have poured into the men. I feel as though the women that I've known and me as well, we'll sit here and we'll say, you know what, we'll put our dreams, like I said many months ago, I'll put my dreams on the side and I'll support what you want to do because I believe in you more. You're my man. I'm gonna, stick beside you and try to help you accomplish what you wanted to do because I felt like it was best for everybody. My personal experience, when I decided I wanted to go back to school for my bachelor's degree, I was working, I only have one kid. So, I didn't feel like it was too much for me to handle. But, once I decided I was going to enroll back into school to get that bachelor's degree, that's when I started to see the shift in how the relationship dynamic had went. It was just like, oh, well, how you going to work and go to school? I'm going to do it. And I was doing it. And I was on an honor roll. And, things like that. What was the question?
No, you would just do it. Do men? So do you feel men for it?
Yeah. I don't feel like they do because once we sit here and we put everything into them, oh, I'm gonna sit home, I'm gonna raise the baby or whatever the case is. You go ahead and do what you need to do. Then when we want to, I want to go get this job, or I want to go back to school, or I want to pursue music, acting, whatever it is, it's always this. Oh, you sure? Or it's always this like, oh, it's not gonna work. Why? It was working when it was you. When you wanted to be a freaking rapper and the music sucked. Okay.
The
music sucked. I was
he
saying
didn't sell no mixtape. He couldn't get one mixtape sold.
Not even a mixtape. Okay. Like, we in the studio. I'm like, okay, like what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, but me, I'm the type of woman, I'm gonna support it. But when the shoe was on the other foot, and I'm doing things that's what's the word? Attainable? Is that the word?
Attainable.
Attainable. Sorry. When it was me, okay, I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna get my degree or whatever the case may be. Oh, it's a problem. But you want to be the rapper with one song, it made no sense to me. So I don't believe a lot of these men, and they are men who definitely do support their women. Let's not get that. I don't want to say that men don't do it because there are men that do it, but a lot of them don't.
Fair enough.
It's a small percentage of men that's going to say, yeah, baby, go ahead and do that. I'll watch the kids so you can go to school. I'll watch the kids so you can work that extra shift to make some extra, whatever it is that you want to do. There are men that do it. Then it's a lot that don't.
All right. Good stuff. Tami, I know you got a part two you want to add, but let me get just hold on, Tami. Just hold your word. Let me get Maya in here. Maya.
Oh, I was agreeing. I was saying, piggybacking off what KiKI was saying, that a lot of men on the East Coast want to be rappers. Okay, New York, New Jersey.
The music sucks. I heard it on my iPod.
Yes. Everybody is in the music industry. Okay. Yes. So, having said that, I would say overall, it's not just the men. It's sometimes actually the women who piggyback off of that in society as a whole. So being a flight attendant, as you mentioned, I only have one child. She's 10. I started being a flight attendant when she was 3. And so people will come on a plane, you know, and you see mothers and fathers and you're talking to them, oh yeah, my daughter, da, 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 or my son, da, da, da. They're like, wait a minute, how are you working? And I'm like, what? How are you at work? And I'm like, what do you mean how I'm at work? I'm at work. And they're like, well, how old is your daughter? And how are you doing this? And how are you doing that? Like everything that personally that not everything, but after I've had a child was, how are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? Who's going to watch her? How are you going to do this? Da, da, da. Like it's all of these different things that you can't do this or you can't do that because you're supposed to be doing this and you're supposed to be doing that. And like I said, it's not just men, it's women too. It's society as a whole. I feel like they feel like women should be doing certain things and not doing other things. And it goes back to what I just said a little bit earlier and having, you know, my channel and I'm trying to start a pod. Like, well, wait a minute. How are you doing all of that and still being a mother too? How is your child eating? How is she doing it? And it's like, really? Really? How are you going to school? How are you working? How are you doing? How could you be a wife? And, you know, you got all of these things going on. And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. What about men who work, who go to school, who have hobbies, who play basketball, and they do all of these different things with their friends? Is anybody asking that man, how was he doing this stuff? How is he going to work with his child at when he at work? Who's watching the child? Who's picking up your child? I never hear nobody ask the man those questions ever. But, you know, it's always getting thrown at me, like, how you doing this and how you doing that? Is the child okay? Do we need to call Child Protective Services? Because, you know, is she at home by herself? And I'm looking at them thinking, so you think I'm leaving my child home by themselves 4 or 5 days at a time? Like, could you please make it make sense?
Period. That's that Maya girl.
Why they count your hours, Maya? What they worried about your day for? Why they trying to clock you?
People are nosy. Okay.
Well, since we have a sex channel, Maya, that's why. Because you know, hey y'all, now I got the world's greatest sex panel. Now it was Maya. I gotta change my shit now, right? All right.
Wait, I want
to the world
because her tongue was burning.
Wait,
I was just gonna say what you were saying, KiKi. I had my ex. He was a model. He was doing all this stuff. I would go anytime he was in Atlanta. I would go to his shows. When he was in a fashion show, he was hosting whatever. I would go to his show. Anytime he was in Atlanta and I was doing a fashion show, this motherfucker ain't never come to my stuff at all. And I'm like, what, bro? Like, you here? Like, what's your excuse for that? Yeah, I was tired, so I ain't pull up. Like, I'm just like, do you know how easy it is to just come to my show? You gotta pay to get here, nothing. How?
Haters.
No reciprocity at all. Man, okay, one more thing. I'll tell you about this man. This man took me out to eat when I had just gotten my wisdom teeth removed. I couldn't even chew food, y'all. Why he took me to a steakhouse?
I would have blended that steak up.
For the mashed potatoes. I guess the about the mashed potatoes. Damn, maybe the mashed potatoes. I don't know. Damn. Maybe the mashed potatoes. I'm trying to get a nigga benefit of doubt.
No, I support him.
Light skin. Is he light skin?
He wants to be a musician. He deaf.
Hey, he's on the light skin now.
Hey, KiKi, don't do that. We got feelings too, light-skinned people. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Joy.
No,
all right.
I love
Tam's
it.
having a moment. Let me get Joy in here because I didn't struck a nerve with that shit. Tam done got some more. Okay, so Joy, let me get in here before Tam come back. She got more.
Yeah, I think that everything, we can kind of sum it all up to like gender roles. I think that like historically, culturally, men have been taught to be more stoic and self-reliant, whereas women, we have been more encouraged to be nurturing and like emotionally more expressive. So I think that having these gender roles can really lead men to believe that, you know, showing vulnerability or emotional openness is like a sign of weakness, which might kind of prevent them from pouring into, you know, their relationships the same way that women do. So like just how Tami was saying, like, she's going to show up. I mean, we're going to show up regardless, whereas he's like, oh, I'm tired, I'm not pulling up. It's crazy, but like I'm gonna literally be like on my deathbed and make sure I made it to the show, you know. So but I think that that's just kind of comes into like the gender roles, essentially, if we just kind of put it into like one word. So for me, I look at it like that. I try not to take things personally because I don't think that men mean poorly. Like, I don't think that they're trying to do anything that's going to upset us, like, intentionally. I think that just like over time, that it just kind of creates this expectation, and then they're like, I don't know how to live up to that. But it's like very simple. And also just kind of being open and being able to have different communication styles and understand your partner's communication style. Like, a lot of times, you know, men, they don't ask the question, or women don't explain, okay, this is important to me, I need you to show up for me here. It's like they're like lost and they don't get it. So I try to give men the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, I want to communicate in a way that, like, I'm letting you know this is important to me. If I've now expressed this is important to me and then you don't show up, I'm more pissed than if you like didn't show up and I didn't express that to you. You know what I mean? So like, I think that's super important as well, because if I haven't said that to you, then how do you know this is really important? You know? Right. So.
You got to show up, or I'm going to punch him in the face when I get home.
KiKI. Listen.
I'm joking. I just like to throw the violence in it.
Yeah, you do. And you're not even joking. Like, you really will put hands on somebody. That's the real shit about this, y'all. She ain't playing. Robin, what you got on that? Do the men show up for you, Robin? How you feel about that?
Honestly, Matt, this is the one thing that, I mean, everybody has touched on, but nobody touched on this part.
Okay.
Conversations need to be had before you go there. So if you don't have an understanding, then so you have to come to a conclusion first.
Okay.
So if you haven't had, you're saying that women show up more for men, but where was the communication that when before you got to when you got a relationship about what the expectations was when you got involved? Nobody talked about that. So what? You got involved in a relationship or situationship or marriage or whatever the case might be, or whatever it was. So if you didn't communicate what you was at the very beginning, quite naturally it's going to. So if you didn't communicate exactly, yeah, one is going to pour in more to than the other one is if it wasn't communicated at the very beginning. What patient? That's my take.
Right.
GQ, anything to add to that?
Let me say this, and maybe it's just a social thing, but I don't see it that way, because I know and I see many men who show up. And I'll give you one example that gets applauded, how these men show up, that a lot of women in society like. How many times have you seen the dude go out, buy the Gucci bag, get the Lambo truck, all her friends come through and surprise her? Oh, he showed up just for her. But you don't see the opposite. I ain't gonna say you don't see, it's rare that you see that level of show up from the female to the man. And when it happens, oh yeah, you're gonna applaud the woman, but these dudes go out for their girls all the time to make sure that, you know, it's all about them. So to me, they guys show up. Absolutely.
Percentage.
Tam, did you have anything to add? Because this has been a hell of a topic for you.
Right, after faces.
Go ahead, Tam.
I said it's throwing money at a situation, showing up for a woman.
No.
So I think that he got a bag for her. He bought her some stuff.
No, it wasn't the money. It was the effort.
But that's not the same thing as support. Like, I feel like, and this is it's a societal problem. I think going back to what Joy said, it does have to do with gender roles, but that's not necessarily buying me a Birkin bag isn't necessarily supporting me.
No. I might understand that, but if that's what the girl thinks support is, and he does it based on the conversation, he actually showed up. Because those women are around here saying that.
But I don't think that was the conversation. I think when we were talking about support, and I can't speak for everyone on the panel, but I'm thinking when we were talking about support, we're talking about support as far as like we have a vision, we have a goal, and that person is pouring into said vision and goal. Not that person is pulling up with some stuff hey, I bought you some stuff. And that's a completely different. When we're talking about support, we're talking about we have a vision and goal for our life. Maybe we have a business that we're starting, and this person says, okay, well, I'm gonna be the first investor in your business and maybe gives money. Or this person says, okay, babe, let me help you make a business plan or whatever. That's what we're talking about support. We're not talking about throwing money or buying things. Yes, men gonna buy stuff for women. That's what men do. What we're talking about is literal support. Like I said, my example for my ex was literally, you in town and I'm in a fashion show. You can't come see me walk.
You can come on graduate from school and you don't show up to the graduation nor the dinner after that. I'm on an honor roll for school. You don't even post the fact that, oh, my girl's on the honor roll. Listen, I don't even want to go there because I'm about to get upset.
And that's what we're talking about. When we're talking about support, we're not talking about buying things. We're literally talking about support. Like I have a friend, somebody that I considered a friend at one point, and when I started being on TV, he was talking, so, oh yeah, let's not hype Tam head up. You know, she one TV show and she thinks she did the mess, and it's just like, bro, like, I didn't say that about you when you started doing counseling. I didn't say that when you started doing your thing. Like, that's weird. That's weirdo energy. That's hater energy. So if that's what we're talking about support, we're talking about celebrating our accomplishments and helping us reach our accomplishments, not so much tricking out or whatever. Like, we're talking about seeing our vision.
I agree to that. What I was saying was about communication is some women, that's not what they want. They want the Birkin bag. They're not saying buy me a house or show up for me. And when I tell you that, that's what I'm saying. I see that. I get what you're saying, but I've literally seen that. I seen the dude, hey, let me go buy my wife a house. And she was like, I don't want this house. Why you buy this house? Why'd you spend our money? Well, I invested in you.
But that's also showing up. Everybody has a different definition of showing up. So if I have expressed to you that for me showing up is I do want the house, whereas somebody else wants the Birkin, like I haven't expressed that. So, you know, that's on you. So you may give me all these things and I'm like, well, why would you buy me this bag that I'm going to use once instead of buying me a house that like I can now have a property that, you know what I mean, that's going to like actually be a return on my investment. A lot of stuff you buy that car, now it's worth 50% less the next day if I don't want it. I don't prefer, that's not what I prefer, but that's not how I want somebody to show up for me.
But I think that everybody can agree that communication basically is key on what everybody wants. It's the communication aspect. And we're going to agree to disagree.
Well, when you said that whole graduation thing, it just brought back memories when I was dating a guy and I graduated from college and it was like, oh, come to the graduation and he didn't show up. And it's like, well, why didn't you show up when I show up for everything in the music industry, what you're doing, and, you know, any and everything.
And the video dancing
for something that something that's important for me, that really hurt. And it's like, oh, baby, I love you and I'm this and I'm that. Right. But again, your actions are not showing, you know, meeting up with your words, right? Because, you know, if you claiming that you love somebody, you support, and I got your back and I got your front, girl, and then when I accomplish something that I've worked hard for, then you don't show up. It's like, what is that about? And then you call me the next day like, oh yeah, but I have this and this and this and that, you know, can we go kind of thing. That's crazy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I like this topic, guys.
It's upsetting.
I love hearing everybody's, you know,
can we move on? This is upsetting my spirit. I'm getting
people remember when you ain't come to my graduation dinner,
because Tam the guy, I've never seen Tam this frustrated. Okay, let's talk about a current affair that pissed KiKI off. And we were talking about it behind stage, her and Joy. We were getting into it. And KiKI done already got into a bunch of Twitter wars about it today. She's been beefing with people on social media. An egregious thing that they released today was the Diddy video of his punk ass touching Cassidy. Now, personally, I wanted to get his motherfucking ass whooped. So he really deserved to get really effed up really bad. Really bad. Like seriously bad. But my thing, who been protecting this dude all of this time? Because ain't none of this new.
Everybody.
And so all of a sudden now it's a problem. He been whooping ass and doing all of that. So now who been protecting him? So I'm gonna let KiKI kick it off because she got a lot of Venom to finish getting off her chest, and we're gonna pass it around. Go ahead, Keith. Finish getting it off.
Well, I just feel like, it's that whole allegedly, word that's been thrown around. Like, oh, well, it's alleged. Now we see the proof and the video and everything like that. Like, now we can actually say that he was whooping on this girl, and even, the speculations with the other women or whatever the case may be. I had wrote on one of the pages, like, why aren't these women fighting back? I got backlash, a lot of it. Like, my Instagram been blowing up all day because I said, why aren't these women fighting back? And they're like, oh, well, because he's famous, or because he has a lot of money, and men are bigger than women. And personally, I've been in the domestic violence situation before. I feel as though you have to fight back. I don't care what anybody tells me. A lot of these women are saying, oh, well, because he's a man, I hope you give the same advice to your daughters. God forbid, if something was to happen, oh, don't fight him back because he's a man. You got to fight. You have to, whether it's the legal way or physically, you got to do something. You can't just sit there and let a man just whoop on you and just hope that he'll just stop. So all day my Instagram have been blowing up like crazy because I said you gotta fight back.
Yeah.
I don't like it. And now it's a lot of these men in the industry who does it. Now we can actually see him dragging this girl up the hallway, kicking her. What are you kicking her for? She a little itty bitty. Well, my ex, he decided he wanted to choke me. Guess what? I flipped over and I jumped on him. I started busting him in the face. Eventually, a man, have we not learned anything from the What's Love Got to Do with It movie? When Tina was whooping Ike's ass in that limo? We have to fight back. We cannot sit here and just hope that the guy is just going to stop putting his hands on us. And it's sad. And that goes for men and women, because it's men out here too to get beat up by our chicks. I mean, sometimes I was an abuser. But, allegedly.
I love how she slipped that in there.
Yeah, hey Tam, yeah, she let you know she whooped it. Yeah, she beat me in too. Okay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But wasn't that crazy? Does anybody else agree with that? Like, you have to fight back? Or y'all just gonna sit here and say, oh, because he's a man.
Right.
You're just gonna let it go.
Let me hear Joy, because Joy, you added something earlier, but I want the people to hear what you got to say about it.
I feel what KiKi's saying with the fighting back part. I think the only thing is they are stronger, but you also don't know that can create an even bigger issue, and now you're dead. So I'm on, I see that one sign, I'm out of here. I think that there's always signs before it gets to this big blow up that you've ignored and pushed to the back. But it's if you have done that, and now this is not the time to fight back now. You should have left when he choked before he just beat your ass. You know what I mean? It doesn't happen just overnight where it's just this situation and this huge blow up. There's things that have happened that have led up to this huge situation now. I think it's also this situation really reflects broader issues of power dynamics and abuse in relationships, particularly where one party is holding a significant influence over maybe someone's career or their personal life. And then also it becomes really complex, and there's challenges that can arise because you're not really kind of addressing the situation and being able to resolve these deeper personal and painful matters. And now it's legal and public as well too, where we could have avoided all of this from the beginning when there was one incident that occurred that might have been more minor. You're just oh, it was fine, or he was drunk, or he didn't mean that, and then he bought me something tomorrow. No, you have to get out of there. And I remember my mom had me watch Oprah. I was probably 12 or something, and she had a whole story, her whole show was about abuse in relationships, and the first time you see a sign, you need to leave. And I've ignored that before, and I've been in situations where I was that was dumb. I should have already left. But once I became, then I'm afraid. You have to go. So I think that it's just a lot of it is a power dynamic, and it's unfortunate. But I'm personally. I've fought back before, but I was now I got to run because I don't know what's going to happen next. I think I can hear from both sides. KiKI gonna beat your ass though. So
Yeah,
go ahead.
I had to learn. Like it, you know, I'm sorry. I know everybody has something to answer, but you said something like, well, for me, I have a daughter. At the end of the day, if my daughter came to me and told me, you know, some guy was beating up, and I told her, no, you know, leave, and if she don't, then you better fight. You better learn to fight. And again, you do see those signs and a lot, like them red flags. Everybody sees those red flags that we all choose to sometimes ignore. And I've been in it. I had to go to the domestic violence shelter, all types of things. So to see that is just, it's sad. It really is. That's why I learned to just, I had to fight.
There you go. Tami, how you feel about it?
So I have thoughts. But you know,
Let me give me a glass of wine.
My dad, I watched my dad hit my mom. I watched my dad hit my stepmom. Wow. Love my dad, very complex man, but I watched it happen. And so while watching that growing up, you know, even when my mom and dad got a divorce, when they decided to get divorced, the final straw was we were having a barbecue and they got to arguing. And my mama, she said, I wasn't gonna take it no more. And she had a pitchfork in her hand and she chased him around the house with a pitchfork while she was barbecuing. And, you know, the police were called. My mama ended up going to jail because she's the one who had the weapon. And my dad ended up taking me to my stepmom's house. I didn't know she was going to be my stepmom at that point. And I ended up going there afterwards. But that's that person he was. And, you know, love him. I think he was a great father. Bad man as far as domestic violence was concerned. And so what that did for me, I don't like violent men. If I see men who are violent, they show any signs of not being able to control themselves when they are angry to the point where they're going to inflict pain upon something or act irrationally, that is a huge red flag for me. I have stopped dating people that I thought were exceedingly violent because that is just not something I'm going to do. And so when you're talking about this case, I think it's really it's sad because people like Diddy and others in the industry use their money and their influence to lord over these young, impressionable women. And they're usually much younger than them, right? These super young, impressionable women. And they promise them the world. And these women feel like they have to stay in these situations where they're being abused because that is their meal ticket. That is their ticket out the hood. That is their ticket to stardom and to fame and in between. And that's what makes this situation so egregious and so like disgusting because you're not Willie Earl from down the street is beating his wife because you had a bad day. You beating them. It's a power dynamic thing. It's so levels to this. And so like I said, I think that as women, and I think somebody else said this earlier on the panel, you have to be able to catch them red flags and catch them early. And if you catch a weird, like for me, if I catch a weird vibe, I'm out. I feel like a man has a tendency to be violent or lay his hands on women at all. If I get that vibe at all, I'm out because I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm going to be harmed. Also, I have 4 brothers and they all have guns. So I don't want my brothers to feel like they got to go to jail for defending me because I wasn't wise enough and didn't have the prudence to remove myself from a situation that had obvious flags there that I ignored. So,
right. Or you go to jail.
Exactly.
Because I done been nigger. I hated it.
Listen, my mama know. My mama know.
So, if you fight back, then it's like, you know, whoever call the cops first.
Right.
Good stuff. Robin, I know domestic abuse and period is, you know, is something that's it's something you've dealt with growing up. You've been open about abuse. So what's your take on all of this?
I just kind of feel like the industry is honestly it's the same thing with R. Kelly, you know, great music. Diddy did a lot for the culture when it comes down to the music industry. However, at the end of the day, everybody that has partied with him and different things like that, you know, they know what he was doing. Everybody's known it, and it's been no secret. And so if you have sat up there and partied with him, you knew what he was up to and different things like that, you're just as guilty as him. far as I'm concerned. But you put him in a room with a man, you ain't gonna go toe to toe with a man.
Sure ain't.
Get his ass.
So exactly. So put him in a room with another man, and then let's have a conversation. That's gonna turn out a little bit different.
It's a fact.
And I said I would go to a Diddy party. I ain't going to the party no more.
No, your ass wanted to go. No, y'all heard a couple weeks ago. Hey,
I ain't going to the party.
She said, "Oh, I'll sign the NDA." Okay.
But now I've seen it. I ain't going to the party. Even if he called me right now, I'm like, nah, I can't go to the party.
I told you to stay away from a Diddy party. You won't believe me. Anywho, neither here nor there. Okay, good stuff. Maya, what's your take on that?
I don't believe that abuse knows any age, any gender, any color for that matter. It could happen to anyone at any time. I don't think it's just young women who are vulnerable or naive to that. It's some, grown women, who are unfortunately products of abuse. I will say that growing up, no one ever talked to me about abuse, like a man abusing a woman. I've never heard conversations coming up from my mom, my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles. Nobody ever had those kind of conversations. And I have been in an abusive relationship before. And the man was actually a police officer, which when I look back at it was even scarier. So that kind of shaped me where I do not date police officers anymore. And it's not that all police officers are abusive, but I realized that after I was out of the situation, and my mom even had to call internal affairs. It was bad. And there was no red flags. There was no, like the way that he handled himself, like I would know that he would turn out to be an abuser. And it only happened one time, but it was bad enough that it was like, okay, I'm not dealing with him anymore. And then he came and retaliated and did something else. But the point is, I was young at the time, but I've also I'm a grown woman, and I've been, with men who, again, when people say red flags, because I've had people say, well, you didn't know this and you didn't know that and you didn't see him doing this and you didn't see him do that. And my response is, does a rapist walk around with something on his forehead saying I'm a rapist? Or a pedophile walk around with something on their head saying that I'm a pedophile? No. The way people adapt, because we've used that word today, is significant. It's relevant in that people adapt to situations, sociopaths, psychopaths. I mean, just all kinds of narcissists, whatever you want to say. And in order for people to victimize people, they cannot walk around saying, yeah, I'm a rapist. Yeah, I'm an abuser. Yeah, I'm a this. And you're with a person and you think they're nice. And the next thing you know, you're talking and you're having a disagreement and you get a pat across your face and you're like, oh my God.
Right.
So to me, abuse can happen at any time, any age, any nationality, men and women, although we do see women, and right now we're talking about a woman with Diddy. And I don't have an answer as to why she stayed with him. Could have been money, could have been scared, could have been anything. I have no idea. So I don't have a judgment with that. But when I saw it, it brought tears to my eyes. I will say that, because I was just like, oh my God. Like I'm thinking about, again, like in the situation, trying to get away in New York, in Brooklyn, when I was talking about my situation. And after he did, abuse me, I waited till he went to sleep, kind of what they said Cassie did. But I was able to get away. He didn't wake up and find, I'm sure he woke up and tried to find me. But at that point, I was back in New Jersey. I was home and in my bed. But you understand what I'm saying? And so people will say, well, how you didn't know this and how you didn't know that? And, all cops are not this and all cops are not that. But I have decided, like, I ain't dealing with no more cops. And it's not to say that all cops are abusive or they're bad, but that one time was enough for me to be like, when a cop trying to talk to me, like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. You know how to like kill you and make it seem like somebody else did.
Yes, and it's funny you say that, because he said in this instance he was doing something to my nose or something like that, and he said, yes, he was twisting my nose, and cops, they learn things. And his exact words was, I know how to do things to you that will not show bruises. those were his exact words. Scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh my God, and this was a person who was nice and, attentive and opening doors for me and this and that. And we were dating for a long time. And honey, when I did something that he didn't like, all of a sudden the Hulk came out. Okay. Bruce Banner was going, like, what the fuck? So, yeah, you got to just be careful. I mean, I couldn't tell. When I looked at it now, he was a womanizer, meaning that he was dating a lot of women, once I found that out. But does a womanizer necessarily mean that he's an abuser?
Right.
Does that go hand in hand? I mean, I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, I just been getting a lot of flack saying that they should just fight back, and I'm big on fighting and fighting back. So, it's always, he's a man. Listen, you can bust him upside the head with something, and I bet that stop him. Because then he'll think twice, like, oh, she ain't going to just lay down and just let me beat up on her. She going, fight back.
Right. Well, in that particular case, I didn't fight back, but I will say, growing up in New Jersey, my family, besides my grandfather, my aunts, husbands and stuff, was pretty much women. And I done seen them whoop some ass of men a few times, coming around to the house or whatever, talking and waving their hands and this and that. And my aunt, my mother, and my cousins, and they brawling, they jumping on him because he may have put his hands on, one of us. And so because we didn't have any men around, they jumped on him and they beat his ass. And as they should have, you know what I mean? Because you're not going to sit and watch your mother or your aunt or somebody get beat up and it's 6 of y'all and it's only one of him. I mean, we're going to make it, we have to keep things in perspective. But that's that thing again, it just is what it is.
Yeah, because, I sit up in jail happy, smiling in my mugshot picture.
KiKI, let's not go to jail. GQ, I'm gonna let you get in on this one, and then we go. I'm gonna let KiKI close us out with a sex question. Since this is a sex panel, by the way, it wouldn't be fair. I mean, I got the world's greatest sex panel, so I'm gonna let KiKI close us out with a sex topic. But I'm gonna let GQ get in there. What you got, GQ?
Transparency, like you said, who knows why she actually stayed, but no, that's wild, bro. It's foul. Like, somebody enable that, and when they actually find out, when they figure out shit, they should get their ass too, bro. That's how I feel about it. Everybody should be held accountable from A to Z. If you knew about it, knew something about it, like everybody from the doorman to the valet, like you saw it happening. So, yeah.
And then this happened in 2016. It's 2024.
That's 8 years ago. I should have known. Good stuff. All right, KiKI, end us up with a great sex topic. I know you got a bunch of them in your head. Let's go, because I got to give Maya's fans, I got to live up to my damn rep now. Shit.
Okay. So, does everybody masturbate? Yes. So when you're masturbating, what do you think of when you're doing it? Like, do you think of your last sex partner, a video? Like, what is something that you think of when you're like, masturbating by yourself?
Are we answering this now?
Yeah. You can answer now since you said something. Because everybody's
I really think about my fantasies, like things that I feel like wouldn't actually happen, because I don't know, why not? This is my moment. This is my time to shine. So
my time to shine.
You said it's my damn moment.
Yes.
Tami with the spin around.
I mean, it's different stuff. Sometimes it's a person. You just imagine that person doing those things to you. Sometimes it might be a video that inspired you. Sometimes it's just getting off in that moment. It's just like, yeah, this gonna be this gonna be a nice little orgasm.
Right.
It's just different things, whatever my mood is. Sometimes it's like, hurry up so I can go to sleep. It's just, I don't know. It just really depends on my mood of what it is. Because if I'm ovulating, oh God.
You ain't got no kids yet?
Huh?
You don't have any children?
Nah.
Why is GQ holding his face?
I don't.
But I don't.
Let me ejaculate inside of me. So
Cause Tammy over there reminiscing and going into it right there, like, woo. The fuck?
Tammy's having a moment.
I love me
You see it.
the best I can be loved. That's
Okay.
Okay. All right, Tami G. Maya, what you rubbing off to, Maya?
If I do, maybe the last person I was with that I enjoyed myself with.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. KiKI, what the hell you rubbing off to? Shit, that's the damn question we all want to know. And are we prepared for the answer?
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on, KiKi.
I'm like, it depends on the situation. Sometimes I might, use my little roles for whoever I was with last. I might have watched maybe a music video and I'm like, oh, that man look good. I'm about to think about him.
Stranger danger.
She said music video like this was 2007.
Hey, 106 in Park. She saw a nigga on 106 in Park and went to work.
I think in watching Usher videos, I'm like, it takes me back. It just depends on how I'm feeling at the moment. Sometimes I be drunk. I be like, oh, let me just use my little rabbit, my toy, and my butt plug, and then I just get my rocks on. I be having a good old time in this house by myself, honey.
KiKi,
Sometimes it might be my finger. You just never know, pop the little. We gotta pop with the middle finger, and then you get.
Oh my gosh!
Wait a minute. You didn't invited 3 people to a damn masturbation party. You said the finger.
Sometimes I think of like what a train situation would feel like. If it's Drake, Usher, and then maybe the nigga I was talking to.
Wait a minute, man. You didn't put Usher and Drake in a train with you and another.
Why Drake?
Mac, you're gonna be careful.
Drake. You don't like Drake to me?
He a freaky ass nigga.
That's why I love him.
Okay. All right.
He a fan.
Oh my God. KiKi.
What about you, Matt? Who you be jerking off to?
Man, you know what? I got so many memories. I got pictures. I got videos.
I got videos.
Oh, but you know what? though? I ain't gonna lie. Now, and I'm gonna ask y'all this after GQ answer because I want ladies to answer this though, really quick. Because like me, if I see a chick, I'm like I seen her something, and before I get her, if I'm about to work on her, I have masturbated to her. I'm gonna fantasize. I set this up in my mind. That's real. That's just me how my mind works. And then I've already been there. It works. Like it really works. That's Mac shit. I'm gonna rub one off to you before I get you. Yes,
oh Lord.
GQ. Hey, you ask GQ. I can't segue. You gotta ask GQ. I bet GQ what you. I can't ask him that. You segue.
Don't ask me, brother. Please don't, because I wasn't gonna answer your ass anyway.
All right. So what do you jerk off to?
My significant other. That's it.
That's it.
I don't need nobody out there. Listen, here's my thing, man. You get to a point in age where seeing some shit that you can't have is a fantasy. Jerk up to the one that you with. That's what I like. We make our own videos, so yeah. Enough
so do you make videos and then
Oh gosh.
Simple.
I got videos on my phone. I'll be like, let me pull them up real quick. Okay.
No. They were shutting this channel down. No.
I would never do that.
No, don't pull up nothing. I already got my
Never.
report my channel is a sex channel. But anyway,
I would never do that.
So the question is, ladies, I'm gonna ask you this, and we wrapping it up on something fun. So, do women ever do that? Ever see a guy and then go and fantasize and rub one off to that guy? He might have been at the club, made a met. So women, y'all don't do that. So Joy says no. KiKi, you never seen it?
No.
They ain't got no attachment back. Of course not.
All right.
Wait, what you say?
Right.
They ain't got no attachment. It ain't Usher. It ain't Chris Brown, whoever KiKI said, like, they ain't got no attachment. They don't like them jokers.
I thought
That's
they
a
might have
bomb to
seen.
them. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a
No,
bomb to
yeah,
them.
I've never
Okay.
met somebody outside, and I was just like, "Oh, I can't wait to go home." And
No. Okay. Then.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Well,
But men don't have attachments. Women, we more emotional. Like, men, they could leave their little money on the dresser and they be out. You wake up the next morning like, hey, what happened? Us
She
women,
go
we
talking
more
$40 again.
yeah,
yeah, $40. Listen,
yeah.
She did say $40.
She did.
it was
She did.
$40. I ain't never hear about the $40 thing.
No.
He leave $40 on the dresser and then he out. The prostitutes is $40. Yeah, I ain't never. Oh, okay. Maybe it's out
No.
here.
I don't know
Yeah,
when
so-
one of them had for $40.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the thing out here. I don't know. I heard about the $40 a lot.
So you're paying $40 male prostitutes. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna
This
just
thing is worth more than $40, honey.
okay. Well, it's been another amazing show. I want to thank the world's greatest panel, /sex panel, per my new knowledge. We did a phenomenal job, covered a lot of amazing topics. We're gonna do again, go around the horn, shout out what you got going out in projects, businesses until we meet again next Friday. Joy, tell us where can they find you? And everybody's information is going to be in this video, but just so the people can find you or shout out what you got going on, Joy.
Like on Instagram or like just in
Yeah.
life? What do you mean?
Just like your projects, Joy. Like if you got anything going on, you want to tell anybody about, or where they can find you. Yeah.
I'm really trying to segue into some consulting on the business end of things. Really trying to grow brands, grow businesses, love a startup, Black-owned businesses, all of that. Tap in with me, Miss Joy Wright on Instagram. I'd love to talk about your businesses. So.
Business consultant, Joy Wright. All right. All right, bet. That's what's up. Maya, what we doing this week? We in the air? What we doing coming up?
We doing whatever we want to do, whatever that is. I don't know. I'll tell you next week.
I got you. And make sure y'all follow Maya. Maya Says 23. Go follow her channel, fellas and ladies.
Follow
too.
you, Maya.
Yes.
Go.
I can have my own personal conversation, girl.
Yes. We will do that.
We'll find out what Maya does next Friday. Okay. Tam Jizzle, applesauce stout. You're happy now? You look like you're happy now, Tam. Let's talk about this. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, I just want to thank y'all for supporting me for America's Favorite Teacher. Obviously I didn't win. It was a money grab, and I wasn't willing to put the type of money that other people was trying to put up. But my shirt business is still here. So here's another shirt this week. It's the No Hobosexual shirt. I don't know if y'all can see this.
I'm about to blow it up. Hold on, Tam. Let me blow it up for you so the people can see your stuff.
It says no homosexual zone, be advised, because and this is for men and women. Don't be dating them homosexuals that can't bring nothing to the table, but they hungry belly. Okay, so my no homosexual shirt. This is on my website. You can find my website on my Instagram.
All right, good stuff.
Birthday in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Birthday. All right, birthday in 2 weeks. DJ Ying, GQ, what you got for us, baby?
Hey, you know what I'm doing, boy. I'm DJing. Shout out to anybody who need a DJ. I travel. I go everywhere. So you can find me at AKA One Time. It's your boy. I'm here.
All right, man.
Yeah.
All right. And KiKI, closing it out with you, KiKI. Same old, same old.
Well, I have these new shades. Well, they're.
Let me blow them up, KiKI. Let's blow the shades up. Hold on. Well, I'm going to blow the shades up so the people can see your shades. Hold on. All right. Tell them about the shades, KiKI. Y'all see them?
It's your girl T.
Okay.
That's my Instagram. If you follow me on Big Boobs and Tattoos, the Instagram thingy or whatever it is, and you click on the bio, you will see that I'm selling these shades. They're like only $10 though, you guys. And then I'm also trying to do lashes as well.
Nice.
And just being fabulous as always. Yeah. And then tonight is my sister's birthday weekend. She's turning 19. So can everybody wish her a happy birthday?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Everybody.
She was almost a Gemini. So sad.
Geminis, you know.
We live.
Gemini. But yeah, the Geminis are crazy, right? Yes, I know. My best friend is a Gemini. Oh, you a Gemini, Tammy?
Yeah, Tammy.
We lit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We lit.
It's my glasses, like she.
What GQ? What does that mean? What does that even mean?
Crazy.
They are.
Okay, and
Okay.
okay.
You better get
Geminis, they crazy,
Crazy,
they be
amazing.
sarcastic.
Crazy, wonderful.
She said crazy, wonderful.
No comment.
Touche. I get it.
Okay. My baby daddy's a Gemini.
Okay. So next week on Zodiac Wars. Okay, so I guess we got our lead topic, Zodiac Wars.
I'm a Libra.
All right. Libra. Virgo. What are you, Maya?
Aries. Hello. First sign.
My grandmother's Aries. That's a good woman. Joy, what are you?
Aries,
I'm
Gemini.
Aries.
There we go.
Gemini. GQ, what's your sign?
GQ, what you, bro?
He don't know.
The only one that matter. I'm a Scorpio, bro.
Oh, them freaks.
Oh.
No,
hey.
why I gotta be a freak?
Those freak holes.
You did say you jump off the dresser, my nigga. That's some freak shit. You did say that. So you live up to your billing, homeboy. All right.
Why we talking about this?
Hey, that was a great fucking statement. A freaking statement. Anyway, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you so much for your time. Hey, the chat, thank y'all for showing up. This is by far the world's greatest panel you will ever see. Hey, until next Friday, same time, same place. Go follow all of these people. Their information will be in this video. God bless, and we are out.
And don't forget